The greatest warriors in the world of Budokai 3. It is long overdue for this video to actually come into YouTube. And sorry I took it so long, guys. Actually been away for a little while, been kind of busy and such. But here we go. And remember, these are only the people that are actually on YouTube and actually got videos. So if you're not in it, then sorry. Maybe you'll be in it next time when Infinite World comes around. So anyways, we got the greatest warriors of Budokai 3 that are still remaining on YouTube after YouTube took down a lot of channels. And the first one we got is Rarb. Now Rarb is actually one of the guys from Brazil. He's one of the two guys from Brazil that I'll be showing in this video. And this guy is not only like the only guy in Brazil that can actually like perfect Omega Shenron and like with any single character in the game like easily. He is, I would say, about the best teleporting Budokai 3 player you ever see. You should actually see some of his videos. You can actually see the description. In the description you can actually see the link to his channel. Into like every other channel I will cover in this video. But he is the only guy that has pretty much perfected Omega Shenron like in like single fights with like 1-bar fights versus Omega Shenron, and being able to perfect Omega Shenron with about every single character in Budokai 3. Now that alone is like a huge feat. It's a huge accomplishment, like something very few people can actually say they did. Because Omega Shenron is actually pretty tough in Budokai 3. But I mean, I guess once you figure out the game and once you've played enough, which is the point of this, once you've played enough, you kind of can figure out how to beat him. And just the fact that you're able to beat him with every single character means you have pretty much a very good control, very good mastery of every single character in the game. And not only this, you know, he also, like in this video, like I'm showing right here, he's also actually playing like Omega God. Omega God is actually the Omega Shenron you play in whenever you're playing the greatest hits version of the game. And this, instead of being like a level 100 Omega, level 99 Omega, is actually a level like 140 Omega with like the stats are raised like pretty much up to the max. I know, and it's another cool thing because he's not even that much like higher level. Whenever you actually see fights of him playing like that, he's not even that much of a higher level. And he not only plays videos against Omega, I mean, he has videos like actually doing like normal fights. He has videos doing actually like combo videos. And all these videos are pretty old, as you can see. But I mean, this is where we began. This is when Budokai actually began to become competitive. So we gotta give it up to him for actually bringing all this into the mixture, you know. Without him, we wouldn't be where we are today, you know. Every single person kind of helped. And he was one of the primary people that actually started the whole Budokai craze back in the day. Next up, we got the Jiro Ryu, or I don't know how to say his name. You can find it in the link. But this guy is also one of the guys from France. I mean, not from France. What are you talking about? From Brazil. He's the other second guy from Brazil. And in this video, he's actually playing. I believe he's playing as Trunks, and he's playing his friend Noma Lucas, who's playing as Goku. And these videos are actually pretty old, just as about as old as the one from Rarb. But this video is actually pretty old, and this guy actually, he was one of the first people who actually started uploading like regular canceling fights of Budokai 3 on YouTube. YouTube actually took down the channel a while back, like I believe like over a year ago now. And he was actually, if you guys ever wondered about like these videos that actually was called like the Legend of Son Goku, the Legend of Broly or something like that, he actually was doing like videos about like using like the Dragon Rush animations and actually doing like the fights that pretty much reenacted what happened in the actual movies. So I mean, he actually, you know, brought a lot to the table. You know, he was one of actually the very first people before I knew how to cancel. But before I even started on YouTube and I saw other people were playing, he was one actually, like I'm pretty much like the first person I ever saw playing like Budokai 3 online and fights, and that's what pretty much got me to start recording fights with my friend Rambe. So, you know, gotta give it up to him for that. I really like all his fights because even though they're like pretty old, you can actually see, if you actually go to the channel, you can watch his new channel actually doesn't have much since YouTube took it down. He actually only re-uploaded a few of his fights, but you can actually see that from actually some of the few fights that he is actually one of those players that doesn't just play with one single character. He's one of those players that actually, just like Rarb, one of those players that actually plays with like a lot of different characters, you know. And that alone is a big accomplishment. Like I keep saying it, it's a big accomplishment, you know. It's one thing to be able to play a game and master like one character to the max. It's another thing to be able to play with many characters and master all of them and be able to play and hold your own in any single canceler fight, in any single competitive fight. And be able to hold your own and actually do some damage to the opponent, you know. Because, you know, it's all about being able to play with different characters. as soon as you're able to play with different characters, then you're able to pretty much maximize the potential for winning. Because I mean, whenever you learn in anything in life, whenever you learn to play it well, the whole point is that you pretty much don't even have to think about what you do. And whenever you don't have to think about what you have to do and you just do it, you actually play faster and you play better. The moment you start thinking and you're not used to using something, then that's the moment you actually lose. Because in things like that, in fights like this, you can't stop. You can't stop to think. You never have the chance. So give it up to the Odin Drive, right you. Anyways, next we got from Holland, Cage the King. I don't know how to say your name, man. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. And his brother, Tim. His brother is actually playing in this video with Cell, and he's playing, and Cage the King is playing as Vegeta, and these two guys are actually some of the best players in like Budokai 3 in the whole world. Like no contest. It's actually one of the very few like first players that actually posted videos on YouTube that actually still has his channel up like with no problems. And I think it's the fact that he really doesn't use like animations and stuff as some of the others did. You know, all those animations from the anime, they get you into a lot of trouble with YouTube, and a lot of trouble with like Funimation and other companies or whatever that, you know, claim the videos your video content to be theirs. So he's one of those guys. He's actually like pretty much one of the top fastest cancers in the world with no contest. He's mastered like a whole lot of different characters. The same thing with his brother. His brother's actually pretty cool because his brother got a separate channel, which I'm also going to put a link to as well. But he's got a separate channel where he actually shows like stuff like, for example, like doing like combos in like Budokai 1 or something, or like showing like whenever like the Infinite World first came out, the game Infinite World first came out. He was actually one of the first people who actually show like videos like showing like infinites like a couple days maybe after the game had already come out, like figuring out like new infinites for the game. So you know, so these two guys, these two brothers, they actually really bring it to the table. They actually been doing this for a long time, ever since like 2006, I believe, early 2007, 2006. They've been on YouTube for quite a while, so you know, you guys should really check out their channel and his channel, man, Cage the King, eventually. And look at this. After this awesome fight, look at this. Beam clash, but we can see Cage the King is gonna win because he's spinning a lot faster. But anyways, next we got Romania. In Romania we got DBZ Special, and this guy is actually one of my close friends, one of my guys I actually like to talk to. He usually comments on most of my Dragon Ball Z videos, even if they don't have to do with Budokai. He's actually pretty good. He's actually one of the guys that started playing like maybe a little bit after I started on YouTube. And from the point that he started playing, he actually just became like dramatically good. You know, he was always like improving. He actually had to restart his channel, and now he's actually doing what do you call it? A walkthrough Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, I believe. And the thing is, you know, YouTube actually took his channel down as well. You know, YouTube keeps messing up with people, you know, but it's not YouTube's fault in the end, you know. It's like the companies that want to claim their content, and YouTube has to comply, otherwise they get in trouble too. But yeah, man, this guy, he actually has a record for the most, I believe for the most Dragon Fist. He's got over 100 something, like 200 Dragon Fist, or the record for the most like KKKK, like 4 kick infinites. Like he's got the record for it. Like he does like over 200 of them in a row. So I mean, the stamina he's got, like I don't got it. I can play fast, I can cancel fast, but I've never gotten to a point where I'm like, you know, I'm gonna sit there and see how long I can do it. And he can do that. That's a huge accomplishment, and it's something that not a lot of people can say. So gotta give it up to him. Next up, we got Koliko. Or I don't know. You know how to say your name, dude? It's Koliko. There we go. That's how you say it. Now this guy is actually one of the guys that I primarily plays with Goku, and at the same time he started like around ZNC Special. ZNC Special's from Romania. Koli is from Croatia. So we got a lot of people from different sides of the world here. So he's actually one of those guys that actually played mostly with Goku, and he started around the same time as ZNC Special. But he primarily focused on Goku, but he like maxed out his Goku to the max, you know. And this is actually one of his videos he actually played a year ago, and he played a year ago, and it was called like I'm coming back to Budokai 3, you know. But it's the last video he made, so I wonder where he's at right now. I wonder what's up with him. I haven't seen him comment in any more videos. I don't know what's up. Maybe he doesn't have access to the internet, you know. Maybe life's cut off to him, you know. It does happen. It does happen to people, so we got to think about that. And this is actually a pretty good video considering he'd actually spent like a few months without playing the game since then. And you know, like trying to go up ahead against Omega Shenron with 1 bar, like after you haven't played for a long time. Even though for for people like these, it's really not a big deal, because they've mastered the game to the point where, no matter how long you're far away from the game, you always retain your primary knowledge. So it's a good thing. But I gotta give it up to him, and hopefully he comes back to us to maybe upload some more Budokai 3 videos. His video quality is pretty good, and he's one of the fastest cancellers around. So, gotta give it up to him for sure. Next up, we got the Saint Snake. Now, the Saint Snake PSN 1. The Saint Snake PSN 1 is actually one of the players. I believe he's from the United States as well. I'm not sure, United States, I'm not sure. Maybe he'll correct me on this whenever he does watch this. But he's actually one of those players that actually just focuses on, like, he actually fights pretty well, and he does like really fast cancels. But he actually focuses his videos. He doesn't have many videos, but he focuses his videos on doing like pretty much just infinites in a row, like the stamina, kind of like ZNC Special does in some of his videos. But he actually is one of those players that actually focuses on that. You can tell he cancels pretty fast. It's like one of those things, especially the Super Dragon Fist. This canceling Super Dragon Fist that many times in a row, it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of concentration. And it's not something that a lot of people can do. It's something that really requires a lot of concentration. And it's like a very small window of canceling time. It's like a very good timing. So timing is important, and people like him that are able to like constantly do it in a row, those are things that we actually have to like congratulate and be like, good job, buddy. You deserve some credit. So here I am giving it to you. So and then he goes ahead and does it too fast and it falls. But anyways, here we got Kakarot 803. Now this guy, he actually records with his video camera. A lot of people do that. A lot of people don't got the money to record with like HD equipment, kind of like I do. I actually have to invest like some money to that. But this actually guys, he actually records with his camera. He actually records like all his videos. He doesn't like, just like Saint Snake, he doesn't have many videos, but all his videos are actually very good, and you can see that he knows exactly what he's doing. I really like this video because he's actually playing against Cooler, and it's like weird because it seems like he's actually trying to like get back into the game or something. But like his next video after this one is actually pretty good because he does something that I was actually thinking about doing, something that I was actually trying to find out how to do, and he did it exactly like exactly like a day after I was thinking about it. I'm like, holy crap, look, this guy figured it out. And check this out, how cool is this? An infinite using Ki Blast. Now this is something you don't see every day. And this is something that, like makes him stand out, like you actually got to take your time trying to figure this out to be able to do it. And he actually did it. An infinite using Ki Blast. And I believe he didn't only just figure out how to do it with Super Boo. I think he figured out how to do it with some other characters. So, I mean, this is pretty nice. I mean, it's not something you can do in a tournament or something. But, I mean, it's going up down to, like, let's say, like, over 34 hits when the damage starts becoming 1 and your character doesn't have, like, super infinites, like, you could do it a lot of times and actually still getting some damage. Next up, we got the Crazy Master Hand. He's also in the USA. And this guy is actually one of the primary guys that started a long time ago, like around 2006. And his videos are pretty much just the basics, like basic stuff. And we begin in the basics, So we gotta give a shout out to the basics. Without the basics, we wouldn't be where we are today. It's the basics that get us where we are. I mean, people don't start automatically being good and they can cancel fast or anything. So if they can start with basic stuff that is simple for them to pick up and then gradually work their way up, this is something that is actually, is very important to becoming good in any game. So, we gotta give it up to him for actually introducing the basics to a lot of players. And Crazy Master Hand hasn't really made that many videos lately, so I mean, he records with the camera. It's actually back in the day. Most of his videos actually recorded like around 2006, 2007. And he actually does like basic combos and stuff for like many characters. So you can see that he has like a pretty decent mastery of like different characters. But that's also a very good thing. I keep mentioning that it's actually one of the most important things. You gotta master many characters. Once you master many characters, you know how to play against them too. That's another thing that I didn't mention. If you can master many characters, you know how to play against many of them too. Next up, we got this Scriven. I don't know how to say your name, dude. But this guy, he's actually got only one or two videos of Budokai 3. But he actually did this video. It's actually a combo video that he dedicated to like the best players he thought were around. And So apparently he's one of those underground players that pretty much just watches and tries to learn and tries to like does the thing on their own, practice on their own. I did this video to like dedicated to the players that actually brought the game to where it's at today. Hopefully Budokai picks up sometime later on, and maybe Dimps or whatever decides to make more another Budokai or something, and it becomes more competitive, and we can see all the great players actually play each other online or in a big online tournament or something like that. A battle for the ages indeed. But you can see like the mastery of his level of mastery. I mean, there are many unknown players that actually a lot of them have come forward. I actually made a few videos like showing their skills and showing what they learned throughout the years, from watching videos from like different other players that actually played. So gotta give it up to those guys. Gotta give it up to those guys that keep themselves on the ground. But this guy, he deserves it because he actually went ahead and did a video. He did a pretty good video. So, and many characters, man, many characters, not just one few characters, many characters. And that is the most important thing. You got many characters, you got a lot of knowledge. So give it up to Scriven. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, dude. I don't know how you would spell it. Anyways, next up we got the one and only, your host, Underlordtico. Anyways, it's me, of course. And here I'm playing Ranbei. I'm playing my friend's Ranbei. He's playing as Goku. And this is actually it was like our first couple fights playing in the greatest hits version of Budokai 3. We normally played in the normal Budokai 3. If you guys already know this, the regular Budokai 3 actually has like a different cancel speed. Like the actual like speed of the gameplay is like a little bit different. So in this fight, we were actually trying to get used to like the difference in speed. I was actually trying to cancel a little bit slower because I couldn't tell exactly when I had to cancel, because sometimes you can't do it too fast, you can't do it too slow, otherwise you'll miss the timing. Since I cancel fast, I gotta make sure I watch it to make sure I know exactly where it's at. But it's funny because I picked it up a lot faster than he did, so he kind of like got beat up by me. So gotta give it up to Ranbei 04 though. He's my sparring buddy. Too bad he moved to Miami and now I can't play with him anymore. But doing videos like this that show like skilled fights between two players, or exactly how to win or whatever, how to like make the best out of any situation. It's kind of like an important thing, and I believe that that's primarily what I do my videos for, so like show people how to play better. A lot of people whenever they're watching my videos ask like, how can you do this in a real fight? Like if you do a combo or something, it's like, so that's the point of the videos, to show exactly how it would work in a real fight, how to play in a real fight. And that's the reason I also do tutorials, like this one right here. It's actually a small clip of me showing like people how to like do like combos and stuff, different things with Team Gohan and Budokai 3. And it's like another important thing, it's important how to like show people how to play. And I've actually got tutorials for like about 10 different characters, including Budokai 3 Infinite World. And it's like something, I try to like teach people like the basics. I usually slowly pick it up and just try to teach people everything, And USA, baby, from Cuba. Anyways, now we got the French Thunder. We got this Saiyajin 2. Now this guy has also been around for quite a long time, I believe since 2006. And he just recently had to restart his channel because YouTube took down his old channel. And he already re-uploaded a lot of his old videos, and uploaded some brand new ones that are extremely good. This is one of the guys that pretty much has control over every single character in the game, just like a few other players. Control over every single character in the game to like a very masterful level, like a very skilled level. Like he can play with pretty much any single character and pretty much kick anybody's ass. So that's a very good thing. Variety is very important, and he's actually one of the players that makes focuses, like half of his videos are pretty much focused just on doing combos, not fighting, but just on doing combos. He's pretty much, I would say, about the best combo maker there is, because I mean, like a lot of other people, they actually like do a lot of good combos and stuff, but apparently it's like a competition for him. Like whenever he sees a good combo, he has to make something better every single time, and he always does. So that's the amazing thing, he always figures out how to improve on anybody's combos, And it's not just a Budokai 3, but we actually keep that open for like another video that I'm actually bringing later, and he's actually going to be mentioned in quite a few videos, because I mean, he doesn't just play Budokai 3, he pretty much plays all the Dimps Dragon Ball Z games. So gotta give it up to the French master, the French player that keeps bringing it to the table, new combo possibilities, even though a lot of them are not viable in like a real fight, because a lot of them, kind of require like a lot of time or something. It's actually some combos that, it's like you actually require like a lot of timing, a lot of like concentration to play, and it's like kind of hard. So it's like a lot harder for some people to do it like in a fight than others. You know, some of us can do it. Most people can't. Most people actually require like concentration and like practice mode to be able to like not lose concentration from just playing in an actual fight. So that's pretty much what it is. So this guy, man, should give a shout out to this guy. One of the fastest players, one of the best players, has control of overall characters, and pretty much the best combo innovative person there is, and he'll kick your ass. That's all I gotta say about him. KO. Now we've got one of my favorite players ever. He was actually the main person I usually watch videos of since I ever started, and when I started canceling, and then I figured out how to cancel. I usually knew how to like the basic stuff, you know, like transformation cancels and stuff like 4PKK or KKKK, but I didn't even cancel that quick. I canceled like decent speed. And then I came online after I watched Olden Diary, or man, I still don't know how to spell your name. But and I looked for the videos of Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, and Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. He's actually his name is Adrian. He's actually from Mexico City, and no, not from Mexico City. He's from Mexico, the Mexico like country, and it's Hermosillo City, I believe that's the name of the city. He's like hands down one of the fastest players. At least at the time, he was one of the fastest. I think I've caught up to him. But anyways, that's another story. But what do you call it? He's one of the best players, hands down, and he's one of those players that, man, just like kicks major butt. You know, he's one of those players that knows how to play with almost every single. No, he knows how to play with every single character. He actually has a combo videos with every single character in the game for Budokai 3. And I believe YouTube has actually blocked it in some countries because it has some copyright music or something. But you know, YouTube always does that. But he has mastery of every single character in the game. He cancels amazingly fast. In his time, whenever his old channel was up, I'll give you a link to his PHOA channel or PGOA channel. It's like his new channel since YouTube took down his Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 channel. And he's actually one of the very few players who actually has like had a lot of fights at the time. He had more than like 80% of his videos were like fights between him and his friend Victoriano. And him and his friend Victoriano, the one he was actually playing like up against using Cell in the beginning. His friend Victoriano is pretty decent, but him and his friend Victoriano like were the two guys who always like put fights like every single week. And every single week I would always be able to use, you know, go on YouTube and see exactly how to like how to actually, you know, how to use the combos in fights. Because you know, at the time I was one of those guys that knew how to cancel, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to use it in a human versus human fight, because playing against a computer is one thing, but playing against a human is another. Because the computer can kind of be predictable to some point. You can kind of beat them easily once you know exactly what the pattern of play they use. So I mean, gotta give it up to Adrian. You know, Adrian is one of those players that just keeps it coming. Every now and then he still uploads so many videos, and it's kind of like a big blow that YouTube took down his channel. But he's one of those players that, you know, gotta give it up to him. Gotta give respect where respect is due, and respect is due to a lot to this guy. A lot of players actually started playing because of him, so you know, gotta give a shout out to him, and hopefully he decides to come back to making more videos regularly. I believe he doesn't have anybody to play with right now. Victoriano doesn't really play with him anymore. So I mean, at least he'll do some combos and maybe some new stuff, you know, if you can figure something out. Too bad we don't got any new game for you to play. But anyways, we're nearing the end of this video, and next time I'm not sure if I will do Infinite World. It's a sad thing that I couldn't make this video longer because what do you call it? YouTube took down a lot of the older channels of other people, so you know, it's kind of bad. So see you guys later. Peace.